What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? So on this recent BOGO, G Fuel released 2 new flavors. One of them is Wild Swing, and we're gonna be reviewing that one today. And then next up, we'll be reviewing the Carnival Craze. These are the first flavors that I have received that have the new rebrand for the energy tubs. So we'll be taking a close look at these energy tubs and just letting you guys know what I think about them. And obviously I'm gonna be trying it as well. So today we're gonna be focusing on Wild Swing, which is a raspberry honeydew lemonade. And then in my next review, we'll be going over the Carnival Craze flavor, which is a green apple cotton candy. So this is what it looks like, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know what you guys think down below. This is the Wild Swing G Fuel tub. So comparing it to the old design here, my initial first impression, and I think this could change with a few, you know, color changes and stuff like that to kind of modify the contrast that's going on here. But I did think the new design, honestly, I thought it would pop a little bit more, and maybe that was just seeing it visually. But in real life, it doesn't quite pop as much as I thought it would. Like if you look at Mango Lemonade here, where it has just, you know, super high contrast with all the different colors going on. This design does have the potential to have that. Some of the colors just need to be refined a little bit more so they pop a little bit more and some of the designs stand out more. I went ahead and added another light source to my left so you guys could see the art a little bit better. So basically you have the G Fuel logo on sort of like the top left. In the middle right, you have like this circular design, and the art is kind of like spewing out of that or coming out of that. As you can see, you've got kind of the circular shape here, and then the design comes out of that. And then you have the Wild Swing text, which is the flavor name, Raspberry Melon Lemonade, naturally and artificially flavored. On this side, you have your focus, reaction, endurance, and antioxidants. And then at the top here, you just have energy formula, and you've got your 40 servings text right there. And then over here, you have the information on the weight. And then on the back, they have 2025 G Fuel LLC, 0 sugar text here. You've got 1 scoop, add water, and shake well. Now, one thing that I'm noticing about the ingredients label is if you look on the back here, they're actually saying where the caffeine is coming from. So I think it's right here. They're saying where the caffeine source is. So if it was something like fully natural, it would say like green tea or a coffee bean. And I'm pretty sure this caffeine source it is a real source, but it's a mix of just a ton of sources like tea and coffee and stuff like that. So it's not just one specific source of caffeine. But other than that, the ingredients label doesn't look that different. The bottom of the tub is basically the exact same. So let me know what you guys think. I do think the design has potential, but I mean, I do think comparing it right now, right away to something like Mango Lemonade, I just really do love how Mango Lemonade looks. And you know, it's not to say that there were bad designs with this layout as well. And I don't, like I said, I don't necessarily think this is a bad design. I just think there's some things that could be edited to make it pop more and the colors to go together a little bit better. But anyways, let's go ahead and open up this Raspberry Melon Lemonade. So it sounds like a really good flavor. I'm just very interested to see what the ratios are gonna be, because if it's mostly raspberry and lemonade, it's gonna taste like pipe sauce. So I am hoping there's a little bit more of that melon or honeydew, because it's supposed to actually be honeydew. And boy, man, these new tubs, guys, they're super hard to open. It's just weird. I don't know why they're like that, but it is super odd for sure. My SD card just got full, so I had to clear some space, but we have the tub open, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a smell. I mean, it does just kind of smell like hype sauce. It smells like that same raspberry and lemonade. But like I did say, I do hope it has a stronger melon to it. Because, I mean, if you go in order by the name, raspberry melon lemonade, so you would think the strongest would be raspberry, and then a little, and then melon, and then a little bit of lemonade. Oh, also, something to mention, this one does have artificial colors. That is something that I saw. I was hoping all the launches with like this new art would maybe have natural colors, but it looks like these ones do have artificial, so maybe these were made before. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so it's all mixed up. This is what it looks like. It's like a nice light, I mean, actually, you know, it's kind of a bright pink. I mean, not like super bright pink, but it's a pretty nice pink color, like the flamingo pink. But anyways, let's go ahead and give it a smell. It just kind of smells like hype sauce. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not really even getting much melon. All right, let's go ahead and give it a taste here. All right, guys, so I just mixed up some raspberry lemonade because honestly, I wanted to taste these side by side because I was like, kind of tastes like hype sauce, to be honest. Color, definitely the color is different. Hype sauce is way more on the red side. And the Wild Swing is much more of like a flamingo pink. But let's go ahead and smell these side by side. I would say hype sauce has a little bit more of a raspberry smell. Wild Swing has a little bit more of like a lemonade citrus smell. But overall, I mean, the raspberry and the lemonade smell like the same in terms of like the fruit. They're not like a different kind of candy or real fruit or something like that, you know. They're both the same. So let me try some hype sauce. So without a doubt, ladies and gentlemen, they are different flavors, okay? They are pretty similar, especially if you don't drink them side by side. You're like, that kind of tastes like hype sauce. But I will say, you know, they are definitely different. The Wild Swing flavor, the raspberry's lighter. It is definitely like that same raspberry, but it's lighter. And I do think there's maybe, even though it says raspberry melon lemonade, I feel like this is raspberry lemonade melon. 40% raspberry, 40% lemonade, 20% honeydew melon. That's kind of where I'm at. I do notice the melon, but it's just very, very slight. And also melon in itself, especially honeydew, it's a very light flavor, hard to really notice. I would say this is a little bit more of a more refreshing raspberry lemonade. For somebody like me who's been along for a really long time, you know, I've been here for many, many years. I've had many tubs of hype sauce that I've gone through. I definitely like it better than hype sauce because it's, you know, it's refreshing, it's new, it's got a little bit of a new taste to it, and it's not just as boring as normal hype sauce. So for me, I like it better than normal hype sauce. So it's definitely gonna go in my really good. I'm gonna keep this one above PewDiePie and really good. That's where I'm gonna put it for right now. I think it could possibly get a little bit higher if it didn't have artificial colors. But for me, right now, that's where I'm gonna put it. So it looks like a lot of you guys that bought this on the BOGO have already gotten it. So let me know what you guys thought. I did see some mixed reviews about Carnival Craze, so I'm interested to see how that one's gonna taste. I will try this one really soon and upload my review, so be on the lookout for that. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching the review today. Thanks for being here, and thanks for continuing to use code SHOCK. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.